Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. And this video today I'll be showing you how to cream contour, and to begin with I'm using the In Transit Camera Close-Up Primer, and I'm taking the Aesthetica contour palette in medium, and it's a cream contour palette to first start contouring my face. Now you'll notice that I'm not wearing any foundation because I prefer usually to contour under my foundation if I'm using creams, and this way it leaves less room for error and mess. So to find my cheekbone, I'm just moving my mouth from side to side and it will create the line right under my cheekbone. You can also use the brush to find the hollows of your cheekbones as well. And I'm just brushing that upwards using the using my Primark stippling brush. Make sure you never brush below the line, otherwise it will look like your cheek is sagging. Then I'm taking the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Toast, and I'm just using this because I just wanted to darken up the contour a little bit more, because again, because I'm using my foundation on top of it, I want to make sure that it's quite visible, albeit slightly natural. And I'm just popping that on my forehead, the hollows of my cheeks again, my jaw and my nose. Make sure when you're contouring your nose you start from your eyebrow, otherwise it will look really strange, much like the face I just pulled. And using the same brush, I'm just working that into my skin. Now with this concealer you need to move pretty quickly because it does dry really fast. So if you've ever used the MAC, I think it's the MAC Pro Longwear concealer, you'll know it functions very similarly to it, just dries so fast. So get in there and just blend it away. It doesn't have to be too neat because we are covering it with foundation, but you don't want to see extra dark lines under your foundation because that's not a hot look. So I'm just doing the exact same thing on my nose with the same brush. You don't have to be too neat about it. And you may notice that my contour is slightly warmer, and I chose to do this because I wanted a warm bronzy look. Usually you would go for a cool toned contour. Now I'm just taking the Tarte CC under eye corrector in the shade Peach, and I'm just patting that on with my finger because it warms up the product, because it's a little stiff. It's a little bit creamy and a little bit stiff. It's kind of in between. So it just works better with my finger. Then I'm applying the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer and the Benefit, I think it's called the Shy Beam, yeah, Shy Beam Dandelion. I don't even know what its actual name is. I don't know what it's called actually. It's just called the Shy Beam. And it's a sort of highlighting product that Benefit's created, but as you can see, it didn't highlight that great. I mean, I wasn't hugely impressed. Not bad though. I think I'll have to play around with it a little bit more. It was the first time I used it, so I think in future it might be a better product to layer on top of foundation. Then I'm taking the Chanel, I can't remember the name of this actually, it's a cream blush, I think it's in the shade 03, and I'm just stippling that on with the brush, and yes, I do look like a clown, and if you don't look like a clown, you're doing it wrong. So just stipple that back on with the brush. Now I'm applying the Armani Maestro Glow foundation, and this is quite a serum-y, warm tone foundation. Little dark on my skin, but it looks really good in the in pictures and stuff. And I'm just bouncing that in with a really damp beauty blender, as I did with my concealer. It's not a full coverage foundation, that's why my contour and my blush can be seen through it. Now I didn't feel like the concealer or the Shy Beam highlighted my face enough, so I did go in with the Kat Von D concealer, Lock-It concealer in the shade L7, and I'm just pouncing that in under my eyes again with the same damp beauty blender. I wouldn't recommend using the same beauty blender for both contour and highlight, because I've done that before and it just became a hot mess. Don't do it! Now I'm just setting the highlighted areas with the RCMA No Colour Powder, and I'm just using the same damp beauty blender and dipping it into the powder and putting it under my eyes, my forehead, and I think my chin as well. And I'm using a damp beauty blender because if you've got dry under eyes, this will stop it from looking really cakey and crusty. I think that's the best way to describe it. And I'm just pouncing the powder into the rest of my face using the bottom half of the blender. As you can see, my blusher and my concealer are quite nicely visible, but not in that crazy clown version it was before. Now I'm just taking the Anastasia banana powder and just swiping away the leftover powder on my face because I slightly baked. And for those who don't know what baking is, it's just an overuse of powder on your highlighted areas of your face. And I'm just putting that same banana powder on my forehead, my chin, and under my eyes. Again, this will just brighten and it will lock in any of that cream product that you've laid down earlier. Then I'm taking the shades Java and Fawn from the Anastasia contour kit, and I'm just going over my contour. This time you can see it's a little bit more cool toned, so it will just emulate that shadow effect that I'm trying to go for. And I'm just using a Zoeva face paint brush for this. This is a really good brush because it will give you that edge, as you can see, but it will blend it all out at the same time. So it's a really good brush to use, especially if you're a beginner to contouring. By the way, you don't need to buy a contour kit to contour. You can just get individual shades from various different brands. I'll put some brands in the description bar below so that you don't all run out and buy contour kits. Then I'm taking the Milani baked blush in the shade, ooh, what shade is this? I think it's Bellissimo. Oh no, Rose d'Oro, which is a really nice peachy shade. And then I'm just taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter in the shade Bubbly. And it's from the, I think it's the second glow kit. I'll have all of that information in the description bar below. I've actually forgotten which one it was. I want to say Sun Dipped. And I'm just putting that on the high points of my face, the bottom of my nose, because I don't know why, I just thought it'd look cute. And I always put highlighter on top of my eyebrows because I just think that makes you look a little bit more sun-kissed. And don't forget the Cupid's bow. It will make your lips look a little bit more poutier when you apply lipstick. Then I'm taking the Pixie by Petra Glow Mist and just putting that all over my face. And I'm just pushing it in using my beauty blender just to lock all of that powder in place and just to get rid of that powdery look. And again, it will just blend everything in nicely. Now I'm just applying the Sugar Peel, oh goodness, I've forgotten the name, Trinket liquid lipstick, which has a really nice gold glitter in it, which isn't as scary as it sounds. And that is the final look. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, bye!